225 pounds, with a professional record of 7 wins against 2 defeats with 1 draw. 4 of these wins by knockout. From Fort Lauderdale, Florida, ladies and gentlemen, Bruce Bellocci. His opponent fighting out of the blue corner. This young man tipped the scales today at a trim and ready 229 pounds, wearing the black trunks with white stripe, with a professional record of 21 big wins against no defeats, 17 of those wins by knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, from the island of Samoa, let's welcome David Tua.
All right, you boxers, receive your instructions in the dressing room. Let's have a good clean battle, and above all, protect yourself at all times. Touch gloves and go back to your corner.
Undefeated David Tua, 21-0 with 17 knockouts. Has a big date in his first major profile fight coming up on HBO in March against Johnny Ruiz. Not looking for the big upset today, and he takes on last-second replacement Bruce Bellocci. Supposed to be Samson Cone. Inclement weather here in the Northeast. We're getting socked with snow here. Took Samson Cone out of there. And Bob, you know, we have to make a point, and can't ignore the fact that Bellocci has fought Tua before. He had 7 straight wins, started his career back in '92, rattled off 7 straight wins, then he got lost to a 4-round decision to Kelvin Hayden, and then he met this same David Tua back in March and got stopped in the first round.
Right. Well, David Tua is capable of doing that. Obviously, he's a big puncher, and you know, maybe the kid, obviously, if he's willing to take the rematch, maybe he feels like you know, that wasn't his best performance. He's taller. He's got the height. Samson Cohen, the guy that Tua had prepared for, is about more of a build like David, short, squat, you know, left hooker. So his preparation obviously wasn't for a guy that's, you know, moving around like Bellocci is.
Well, Bellocci, again, taking the fight on short notice, however, came in 5 pounds lighter than he was the first time he fought Tua. Weighed 230 for that, weighs 225 today, but when he really ran off that first 7 wins, he weighed in the 190s. So really sort of a blown-up cruiserweight. And Tua going right to work on that body.
You can't give David Tua that body. You know, you got to hit him on his way in and then tie him up. You know, grab him behind the head, and, you know, and hopefully the referee will be the type of guy that's prone to breaking you, because you know, it's just very difficult. You look at his size and his stature, and it's very difficult to fight him on the inside. And he you know, he uses what his strong suits are on the inside. That's his office right in there.
And we're about halfway gone here in round number 1. This is scheduled for 10. Both fighters wearing black shorts, so we're going to point out the obvious. David Tua is the shorter squat Samoan. Bruce Bellocci has his name written in red across his shorts. Sort of a target right now for Tua, and really starting to work that body. Under a minute to go in round number 1.
He can't stay in there at all. You know, if he really wants to, you know, have a shot at this fight, the ropes, you know, anytime he feels them in his back, he's got to try to get in the middle of the ring and box with this guy. He's got a good jab, he's good skills, but you know, his positioning is terrible right now, Arnie, and under those circumstances, I don't see him. You know, what are you going to do? Hope that David Tua gets tired? You know, I wouldn't want to be in the position to be hoping for that.
No, that's a very bad strategy, and Tua is certainly pursuing him from one end of the ring to the other. And then, as we got the slight lull here, I'd like to take this opportunity to welcome our new friends and viewers over on Eurosport. Welcome to the Cedric Kushner Sports Network and Heavyweight Explosion. English round number 1 coming to a close, and Bellocci comes up with a pretty good right uppercut of his own, and he's got 4 knockouts. And we follow last-second replacement Bruce Bellocci. That he's been since his somewhat of a comeback, I guess you could call it. Started back in 19.
We'll bring his hands down. In with the jab, out out with the jab. Let the combinations go. Look around.
This is usual. Weight 229 today for him. You know, Bob, that's heavy for him. But let's take a look at his body work. Really working there.
Same thing, just a little quick.
Yeah, I love Tua the way he works that body and changes the speed of his punches.
Round number 2, scheduled for 10 on Heavyweight Explosion. I'm Arnie Tokyo Rosenthal along with Bob Spagnola. And of course, coming up, the IBF Intercontinental Heavyweight Championship, Obed Sullivan and Terry Davis. Right now, very good first round for David Tua. Worked the body. Very heavy. Sort of a wide girth right now on Bruce Bellocci. But we started to mention in between rounds, Bob, Tua came in today at 229 pounds.
But you know, it's not like he's fat or anything. You know, he seems to be getting thicker. I don't know what kind of a physical training regimen they've got him on, but he obviously hasn't gotten any taller. But you know, this is what he does. He gets in there and he works and he rolls with the left hook, but he doesn't load up on everything. You see him, you know, every once in a while he'll just slap him to the side like he's doing right now, and then he'll really, you know, when Bellocci thinks it's not going to be that hard shot, then he'll really load up on, you know, every third or fourth punch. Joe Frazier used to do that. You see it too, using his shoulder on the inside, which, you know, a guy like that is, you know, he's got to use the physical attributes that he has, and you know, no referee's really going to get on to him about it because, you know, it's just his stature puts him in that position.
And so far, Wayne Hedgebeth letting him do what he wants. As we're almost halfway gone here in round number 2. Let me ask you a question, though. Do you think perhaps they felt that he wasn't strong enough? He would drop down to 210 pounds, and a journeyman fighter like Sean Hart managed to go the distance with him. So maybe they felt that that's not the right weight getting down to 210, and they want to keep him up in the higher numbers.
Well, you know, but Hart did, you know, is very good at lateral movement, you know, and he took off. He did not sit on the ropes, and, you know, the times that Tua, I mean, I think Tua had Sean Hart down 3 or 4 times in that fight, but Hart showed a lot of courage and determination in getting up and fighting back. But that is interesting that, you know, that's a huge weight swing, really, even for a heavyweight.
Yeah, his last fight, August of '95, weighed 210 also, when he stopped Mauricio Villegas in the 6th round. But here we are today, in starting 1996, and he's in there at he drops Bellocci. Bellocci's already improved on his first performance against Tua. Managing to get here into the 2nd round. We got about 35 seconds to go. Bellocci doesn't appear very hurt. Came in swinging. Tua taking his time.
But he continues to just, you know, just settle back on the ropes. And he's going to continue that in this fight. So,
and that's it. Bruce Bellocci dropped for the 2nd time in round number 2. Wayne Hedgebeth saw all that he was going to see. Stops the fight. David Tua improves to 22-0, remains undefeated. That's his 18th knockout. As Bruce Bellocci is going to drop down to 7-3. Doctor's taking a look at Bellocci. Doesn't appear too hurt. Tried to do some sort of a spring up to get up off the mat. And David Tua now on his way to the big show. Madison Square Garden on HBO against Johnny Ruiz. We're going to take a look at action here. Here comes the first knockdown of round number 2. Oh, and a beautiful left hook upstairs, then going downstairs to the body. Normally you see it done the other way. And here's the final knockdown, round number 2. Tua just plowing his way through. Bellocci trying to keep his hands up. Tua would have no part. We take a look at it one more time. Beautiful body work. Tua really concentrating on the body all throughout the fight, and you know, Bellocci being very cooperative as far as having that wide girth there for him to work on. We take a look there in the corner of a very happy David Tua, congratulated by Bruce Bellocci, who he's seen before, obviously. Bellocci managing to go 1 round longer than the last time. And now we're going to go up to our ring announcer with the official decision. Here's Danny Campbell.
The time at 2 minutes and 39 seconds of the 2nd round. The winner by technical knockout, David Tua.
Winner by knockout, David Tua improves to 22-0. He's got 18 knockouts. Goes over and hugs Bruce Bellocci. They're obviously getting very close these days, as Bellocci now has 2 knockouts in a row on his record from Mr. Tua. I don't think we'll be seeing him in the ring with David Tua again soon. And I know our Bob Spagnola is in the ring, and hopefully he's going to have David Tua, and I'm sure a man who won't be at any loss for words, Lou Duva, along with him, and maybe even Tommy. Up to you, Bob Spag.
I'm here with David Tua and his manager, Lou Duva. How you feel, David?
Well, first of all, after the tour, when we are in Talonga, they say she or Levy and Nathan, Jay from Maro to find my time in Silo. All about from Maro. Well, first of all, I thank God for giving me the strength and the courage. But the fight went really well. You know, I'm very happy the way I performed, and just as what we've been working in the gym, and everything just been going out great tonight, and I feel good about it.
That's great. Yeah, I was a little confused if my earpiece was working there for a minute. But listen, we all know you got the big show coming on HBO in March. Is it hard for you to get prepared for a smaller show fight like this, or it's business as usual?
Well, you know, like the saying, you know, it's nothing personal, just business. But you know, I train myself as hard preparing, fighting a fight like this, or fighting for a guy that's got the title. I train just as hard.
Yeah, and we noticed that your weight had come up quite a bit. I wanted to ask Lou if you guys had changed your training regimen at all, and to put on a little bit more muscle.
Well, he's doing a little more weight training. I mean, David's turned out to be one hell of a physical specimen. This guy here trains. Every time we look for him, where is he? He's over at the gym working out at Waring's, and he's lifting weights. He's doing a lot of weight training. He's eating right. That's the best thing. We've taught him how to cook and eat Italian food, and I think that's what's doing it all. You know, he's getting stronger and stronger, Bob. But he's coming along. I really look forward to him, the big fight on the 15th when he's fighting Johnny Ruiz for the title out there. That's going to be the big one for him. That's when people are going to notice who David Tua is, and he's going to be contentious. That's going to be one hell of a fight.
Yeah, we look forward to it. This is going to be a great heavyweight. You know, 2 up-and-coming fighters is a really good match. Good luck to both you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Back to you.
All right, thanks, Bob. David Tua getting ready for that big matchup with Johnny Ruiz as we take a look at beautiful body work. And Johnny Ruiz is going to have his hands full, but David Tua is going to have his hands full with Johnny Ruiz as well. We've seen both of them here on Heavyweight Explosion and had an opportunity to watch both fighters grow up, and one man's going to come out with the belt that night and one man's not.